That's true. Yeah, it definitely helps. Um, the debuff amplification from his passive is really fantastic too, depending on the right spell that you steal. Like some, have you ever gotten like Sacred Arrow and landed like a 5-second arrow
Oh,
before?
it's crazy. Yeah.
Like,
Well, the
it's crazy.
the craziest one that I saw was oh, we were talking about it in Mumbai, right? Or it was like Rubik had Astral, and then there was also the Bane, like Bane put the status resistance debuff on somebody, and Astral lasted like 10 seconds or
Really?
something. Yeah.
Maybe that was before they changed it or something. Cause I don't,
Yeah.
cause I thought it doesn't work on Yules. Doesn't seem like.
I remember this being this was a conversation at Mumbai. I don't know if it's
remember.
been changed since then. Astral might be one of the ones that is. I think it might
Adjusted.
just be like Yules and there's an exceptions list, and I don't know the exceptions list off the
That's
top of my head. So speaking of status resists, Omni Knight getting picked up, along with the Shadow Shaman and the CDC going for the Grimstroke. So Grimstroke can play 4, can play 5. Seems like for the most part people have been playing him 5 quite a bit.
You can do a bit of a hybrid depending, like with the GPM talent. It's not always bad. You can
Yeah.
actually buy wards and
Even if you're
couple
5,
dice.
you can still like get your Aether and a Hex or something late game. And
Yeah.
it's like,
If you're having a really good game, absolutely.
is that something else that they could nerf? Do you think that the GPM and 125 cast range talent combo is like fair? I think the 125 cast range could be brought back a little bit, maybe.
I think that talent is fine, personally. I don't think it's that crazy busted myself. You could certainly. I don't know if you want to nerf the GPM one, because there's nothing that's like 60 anymore. Basically,
Yeah.
90 is still like.
What
a
if you
good
brought the
balance,
cast
but,
range to like 10 and you made him choose between GPM and cast range?
I think that'd be probably fair. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's a decent nerf idea.
If he needs nerfs, right? That's just I don't even know if we're at the point yet where it's like, oh, Grimstroke is the best support for sure.
I would say he's still in light nerf territory for sure, because he's gotten light nerfs like probably 3-4. I mean, he obviously is a new hero, so he's a little bit busted for a while, but he's gotten a lot of nerfs and he's still kicking and doing well as a support. So
Sirius playing a pretty fast strat here. I like the Tidehunter pick seems good on paper, right? The damage block, Troll hits really fast, Beastmaster's got summons. You can team fight into what is currently looking like quite a fast lineup. And I also like the idea of the Tide against the Omni, right? You've got somebody who's going to try and same concept as the Oracle. Someone's going to be sitting behind this Troll Warlord trying to save him, and then you can just ravage everyone. And then you won't be able to you won't be able to save the person that you're actually targeting.
that's true.
So what else? Troll's a strong laner.
Tide's gonna have a really strong anchor smash for a lifesteal with Vampire.
Oh yeah, that's
gets flash or
true.
something.
Yeah, he's actually going to heal a lot.
It's like invulnerable.
And CDEC very quickly ban out the Brood and head into the Wind Ranger, hardly touching their reserve time at all this game.
I haven't seen much Wind Ranger so far tonight. A little surprising about that, considering how much Wind Ranger we've seen the last month or so in other regions and teams.
But it never became. No one ever really seemed to be afraid of, like, scared of it enough to ban it, right?
I mean, Liquid played it a lot, right? But what happened towards the end of the tournament?
I don't think people were banning it. I think Liquid wanted people to be like, oh, we need to, like, first
deal with it.
Yeah, we need to like ban this out, and it just never happened. They just kept people kept giving it to them. So to me, that's a sign that maybe Wind Ranger is good, but not broken. But probably pretty good this game, actually, against like the Beastmaster Troll. It's a lot of.
I mean, Troll's gonna buy Maelstrom, right? That's 25% evasion gone already.
That's true.
And probably MKB later. It's not bad.
Maelstrom is such a different item now since they took away the like attack speed, and it's got the mischance changes. That is true. That is something that they need to be cautious of. Also, probably a nice pick when you don't know what the opposing mid matchup is going to be. Right, Wind Ranger can always kind of like spam, survive. Yeah. I don't even know what you pick here if you're serious. The OD's been. I'm surprised that they actually banned the OD. I guess having the imprisonment would have been super annoying against Roar, against the Troll ult, and also they just don't have very high int heroes.
Yeah,
so
it's definitely good against those two heroes. That's a good point. I like pretty much everything lane's okay against Wind Ranger.
Yeah.
I'm not that worried about the lane aspects. It's more about like team fight stuff.
Yeah. So how do they continue this like win fast plan? Dragon Knight
They
maybe?
need more damage, big time. They need
Embers.
damage
Oh wow,
diversification
we didn't even think about it, but there you go.
Because they had almost all physical right now between Troll, Beast, Like Omni's just a buffy hero, so
This is cool. I think you can always. You're not going to be sad about having a little bit more catch with the Beastmaster, right? Like, if you just have the. They've also got the Shadow Shaman for lockdown. Sirius haven't been looking so great, but I do like their draft, actually, this game. But CDEC, Wraith King plus Grimstroke.
I feel like they're lacking damage so much.
On,
it's part of their issue on Sirius.
Yeah.
Because it's like, they're going to roar. What do they do afterwards? Like, triple Remnant a guy. Troll's going to walk in and, like, pop his ulti or something. Like, they'll have Omni
Tide's
heal,
going
I
to pop
guess,
a defensive item. He's going to have a Vlad's or a...
Yeah, I feel like it offsets a lot of what they're going to do when they initiate. Whereas, I mean, they can play with them now with Ember, but CDC on the other hand, if somebody gets stunned, it's going to be like Wraith King throwing a nuke, Rubik throwing a nuke, Tidehunter to Gushes, Grimstroke throws 2 spells, Power Shot. Like, that's a dead hero, for sure.
Yeah.
But on Sirius's side, it's so much more complicated. I mean, they're going to attack really fast between Beastmaster. Like, Beast plus Troll is probably going to be good. Maybe Ember goes more heavy right-click and less, like, spell-based stuff.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Something, I'm not sure.
Does Tide... Is there any reason... Like, do you think he considers getting a pipe this game? Or is it just going to be...
I mean, the pipe's definitely very good against Ember stuff, but past that, I'm not sure it's needed.
But I think, like, a Vlad's... I honestly, I think that the Solar Crest has looked so good on Tidehunter and, like, all these offlaners.
That's true, because they can actually farm it.
Yeah, for sure.
It helps a lot for Rax and Tower Sieging, I think, is the big thing.
I think the Roshan as well.
That's true.
I think we've seen a lot of teams that have damage issues go into Rosh, and all of a sudden they're like, wow, this Roshan is doing A, a lot of damage, and B, not taking a whole lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's been buffed a lot.
Yeah, so the Solar really protects you there. Okay. All right. Oh, everyone's having a little bit of fun. Sirius, despite being a bit down at the start here. They're not out. They are popping down the drums. 1, 2, 3's getting involved with the backstroke. All right, give him some high fives. I think it's cool. Oh my God, Beastmaster, double stout shoes. Everyone
more cutting.
Yeah, everyone's up to these shenanigans at the moment. All right. Well, still 16 seconds until the bounce rune spawn. Plenty more time to summon Sky Snakes. Interesting start from the Rubik. I feel like position 3. Not position 3, but position 4 Rubik, it's often just like the Tango boots.
Yeah.
Or Tango Mango, and then you get the boots after after you get the bouncy runes. 1, 2, 3 does get it, but he's taking a lot of damage for his trouble.
Damn.
He's got a salve. Ring of Protection helping him out a little bit.
It's a lot.
Another slow, and that is going to be your first blood. All right. That's Omni Knight position 5.
He had skill, right, Tide? He didn't get anchor or anything?
No, he didn't get anything. So he probably would have survived with Kraken, but I guess he just didn't want to get it.
I mean, he could have just anchored on the bounty rune when he started taking damage.
That's true.
But by the time he probably realized he was dead, he realized he needed he couldn't stop moving.
Well, that's the laning strength of Troll, right? This 9-second cooldown on the whirling axes for a 40% movement slow. Pretty good.
And the 75 damage. It's like a regular nuke.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be abusive on a support, actually.
For sure. And all right, Firefly taking a little bit of damage here, but same setup for okay. The Shadow Shaman's a little bit more standard. He's just waiting for 1 or 2 last hits to get his. It's too important on this hero, right? Like
yeah,
you can't play without boots.
I'm starting to really like these buy a little bit and then save for boots quick. I think I like that a lot better than like the fast boots. Like I played against Rubik the other day. He didn't go boots tango. He went 2 tangos. And with bounty runes, he got boots right away. And all of a sudden, he's like way stronger in lane because then there's actually no out trading him.
Yeah, if you ever start the trading, then he can just get extra hits, or he'll just fade bolt you and just keep on running at you.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's really good. What's James doing? Just not a whole. He's got okay. He bought stick. So
Gotcha.
against the little bit of spam. Sun going out. Little shaman. Pretty, I guess fairly even laning stage across the board so far. Beastmaster not getting a ton, but In July is now under his tower, so that's where most of his CS is going to be coming in. And do you know anything about this mid lane? I feel so out of touch with mid lane matchups these days.
Me too.
Because they also, I don't feel like you can get a great idea in ranked because there's often just these huge skill discrepancies. So you're like, oh, this guy crushed this guy, but then it's because of a support rotation or the other guy made an obvious mistake that a pro player wouldn't make, like not fairing enough regen or something.
Or like forgot to bring a salve and all of a sudden lost like 400 health and I was out of the lane for like a minute, or I needed to go back to
10
base.
CS or something.
Yeah, stuff like that. Speaking from experience, getting out lane mid.
Do you ever have the, like, you queue at a weird time, so you're the highest MMR on your team, and they, like, leave mid for you? And you're like, oh, well, I guess I gotta go mid.
Yeah. Those are weird ones.
They, like, leave mid and last pick for you, and like, all right, I gotta counter pick.
And they're like, why are you doing bad?
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm
well,
not a mid player. This
yeah, that's rough.
Alright, Tide picking up the chainmail already. He's got 16 CS. He's doing great.
Jeez.
Loving life.
Just needed to die once.
Yeah. Lull them into a false sense of security.
He's got 2 Kraken Shell now, so he's basically unharassable.
He's unkillable, yeah. Oh, Beastmaster dying at bottom. Nothing that the Shadow Shaman can really do to help.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, actually. Drop Skellies, through a stun, 2 Ink Swell, 1 Stroke of Fate. Anybody's dying with that. It's like a situation. Beastmaster's a hero that actually can easily be punished by Grim because he doesn't have reliable disable, so you can't just like punish the Grim Stroke. It's like when they want to go on you, they're just going to kill you.
Yeah, and here we go again. Firefly getting gone on. One more auto attack is going to do it. So you can see bringing him down. Yeah, this is the problem. The 2 heroes for Sirius can't really peel for one another, right?
Yep.
Like if the Beastmaster gets gone on and the Shaman tries to sit there and shackle, they're just going to switch targets onto him with the Ink Swell. And the opposite is true. The Beastmaster also can't really help out the Shadow Shaman. So far lane's looking very good for CDEC. And we also feel like maybe a little bit of a draft advantage in terms of the overall strategy. They are trying to put pressure on this Wraith King, but now what happens when they turn around onto the Shaman? Eve is even going to be brought down. Nope. The Grimstroke lands a nice slow. Stroke of Fate onto Injuli, and nothing doing.
Yeah, now that they have a couple kills like this lane feels really hard for them to win.
I mean, they're out of mana, but Shrine's coming up in 30 seconds, so if they really want to keep up the aggression, they can just go do that. At this point in Shadow Shaman, do you even come back to this bottom lane? Firefly seems to be running elsewhere.
I'm definitely hesitant at this point. I mean, it's nice that he has boosts so he can actually roam a little bit in other lanes, but Shaman feels like a weird roamer to me a little bit. It's a little, doesn't quite work out.
Is he going to get a stack and then head down to the bounty? Is that the plan?
That sounds very good, yeah.
That seems good. That seems like the best use of his time at this point. They can always catch him up later by just sitting him mid and having the Ember kind of go and get some farm. Oh, no.
Beast with his level 2 boar. Watch out.
That's some damage.
He also messed up his stack. He did a 53, I think.
Oh, no. So he wanted to get to the bounty fast enough.
Should have stacked Ancients or something. That would have worked.
But who's going to farm the Ancient stack?
Troll.
Yeah, I suppose. Sylar in some trouble. Fade Bolt's off cooldown. Needs the mana for it. James, does he? Okay, he doesn't actually have it. Probably should have just killed him. That's a bit of a mistake. And ASD more than happy to come up here and punish for that. Maybe it wouldn't have killed with stick charges or something. Maybe they needed one more Anchor Smash, but either way, seems like a little bit of a miscalculation from the Rubik. Alright. Beastmaster does actually have more CS than the Wraith King, despite the way that this lane has played out.
Well, you got to add the kills to the last set.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, just kidding. He's got assists. It's Grimstroke owning. Feels good playing Grimstroke, man, and just killing heroes all the time. Just get so farmed. Get your GPM talent. Ooh, Shackle Shot mid.
Yeah, ASD's just been tanking the Focus Fire this entire time. It is going to run out in a second. Firefly also here with the Shackles, and it looks like XM getting baited in a little bit by ASD. He was wondering why he was willing to just tank the Focus Fire the whole time. Well, there's the answer.
I'm surprised Flame Guard tanked that first long. Maybe he didn't get a couple procs at the end, but... Oh, he doesn't have Javelin, duh.
No.
Duh. Just a garbage Focus Fire.
Yeah, it was just, hey, it's my base auto attack damage minus 50%.
Yeah, so he was dealing 40 damage, and half the time that was reduced to 20 before applying to armor. So,
yeah,
that's
great.
What is that, 14 damage? Either
but it's
14
fast,
damage or...
it's fast.
It's true.
All right, well, they are going to continue rotating this Ember. Mid lane is empty, so that's a little bit suspicious, but They want to come pressure, maybe make use of this catapult. You can kind of tell when the enemy team is just sitting there auto-attacking the wave that something is going on, but can they actually do anything about it? They're trying to man up. ASD's coming in, but he's not completely healthy, and the stun connects onto both of them. James now TPing in, gets the lift back onto the Shadow Shaman, gets hit by the Phantom's Embrace, and he's also going to be brought down. Double kill for CDEC. That just seemed like a gimme. And XM is going to take a free tier 1 tower. What an unmitigated disaster of a rotation.
The 3 points in Inkswell was insane. That was so much damage. They'll just died instantly. It's like Beast just can't contest an actual active carry like Wraith King.
Yeah, that can just stun him and run at him.
It's like somebody that does something. It's like almost functions as a support but can be a core, you know? Just having a stun and being able to fight. But Beast doesn't do that. I haven't tested any other builds, but the board build is definitely very vulnerable. And like you need like a really passive carry for Beastmaster, I think, to be effective. Like a Spectre or something. Something you can abuse. But when they have stuns and they combo with something like Grimstroke, it's just not going to work.
Yeah, I think a lane that relies on like slows to kill rather than stuns, where you can kite with the boars, like that helps. But given that it's just hard stuns, I don't really know what he can do. So, and Firefly still feeling a little bit lost in this game. That would have been much better if like Shaman had just tried to hold mid, got his 6, and Ember had jungled, right? That would have been 10 times better than whatever just happened. But I think they're getting a little bit antsy, and ASD wants to make some plays. They do probably feel like they're getting out-farmed a little bit. All 3 lanes are going really well for CDEC.
I mean, they're really far behind. 3K at, well, it's just popped down to 2. At 9 minutes is a lot. And a lot of times, I mean, Kyle was talking about the lanes not mattering. It's going to really matter this game because Wraith King is basically free farm now.
Oh, they want Tide. Is this a terrible idea? Seems like it might be. Here comes the turnaround. Ravage onto 2. They are just getting so eager to make these plays, and they don't have the tools to actually do it.
How much damage did he do? 740 damage on Grimstroke. Watch out. It's just... If you get completely zoned from your lane like this, the supports can freely rotate, and then Wraith King still gets free farm.
Wraith King being the one to TP in July. All right, are they still going to try and force something here? Shackle off of the creep, it looked like, but all right, Ember jumps away. They are poking, they are prodding, they want these kills, they want these towers. It just doesn't feel like Sirius have the heroes to do it. What does this position 5 Omni Knight bring to these ganks? A sick taunt.
That's true.
To be sure.
He's eventually going to bring something good. But for now, not really.
Oh, Firefly, you just wanted this bouncer. Well, not going to get it.
I get the desire, but unfortunately for him.
So they get 2 at bottom. It's still a 2-2 split, but now they're going to lose another tier 1 tower. It is going to be what looks like a little bit of a trade. Sylar rotating down here. He's definitely going Maelstrom this game, right? There's no room to... You might even need to go like Diffusal first, at the pace that this game is going.
That's true, actually. I mean, it's really good against Troll, or against Wraith King. That's a good point. It would fit really well.
It's the best fighting item on Troll as well.
Yep. Basically gives him everything he wants. Like time enough to get like 4 or 5 stacks. So that's 100 attack speed.
But CDC, they got their Vlads. They might just keep going. They got some skeleton charges as well. They're making sure to... Well, okay. I thought they were making sure to get the last hits of the Wraith King, but... Still, with these skeletons and the Vlad's aura, Sirius are trying to threaten bottom. They've also got their own Vlads picked up back at the side shop. They're not really in position. Omni's looking for the wraparound, but Wraith King does have his... he's got his ulti, so... They're just going to push way slower than this catapult plus skeletons. He's even got the Midas for the catapult.
Now none of this matters. You can just tank the creep wave and everything's going to be fine. They'll rotate away.
Are they going to get this deny? Sylar? Catapult?
You give it the blind.
Alright, nice.
Okay. 4K
Still,
gold
though,
advantage.
they're just outmaneuvering them constantly, feels like. Alright, finally they're going to get something. Grimstroke in some trouble. Roar coming out. They've used a lot of spells. Can they get any more? XM. Shackle immediately going to get the spelled. Wraith King will end up losing his... Wait, will he lose his first life? They're jumping in a little bit deeper. Focus fires onto ASD now. They've got the heal for him. Tide coming in from the side. He's got the Ravage available. They really want this Ember. One more Remnant. Slight jumping a little bit further away. They will just settle for the Omni Knight end of the day.
That was so much damage.
Yeah.
And all he has is phase boots right now. But he is level 8, so that's what you need to get through the Omni shield thingy, Heavenly Grace.
Need some burst. That's true.
Yeah, Sylar goes Maelstrom.
Yeah,
first.
just going Maelstrom. He can still go Maelstrom, Diffu.
Farm way faster this way.
For sure. ASD also going for a Maelstrom in July. Solar Crest Blink. None of these item pickups too shocking. Is Wraith King going for the Radiance? It's just such a nice fighting and farming item on this hero. And then the Radiance can get you more skeleton charges as well.
It's really good against Beastmaster too.
Yeah, you just spew skeletons in every direction. It's, I guess it's kind of crazy how the two things interact with each other, right? The Mortal Strike is getting you more farm, so you get to your Radiance faster, and then once you have the Radiance, you're just dropping skeletons everywhere, so that's even more farm acceleration on a farm accelerating item. I think that's how we get these games where Wraith King is like level 18 at 25 minutes or something.
Yeah, it's really not that hard to get it when you have a good laning stage like this and get Midas. Makes a big difference.
All right, they're looking at Tide. Can they actually kill this man? He's got 4 points in the Kraken Shell. Gonna pop the Ravage. His team is coming. James, can he steal anything useful? He's got the Heavenly Grace to maybe help out 1, 2, 3 here. ASD still trying to chase James. All right, there comes the Heavenly Grace. Lift up. They are going to get the Shackle on the backlines. Omni Knight can't do anything. Beastmaster also getting shackled with the Soulbind. Power shot flying through. In July, dropping real low, and XM does have the 4 points in win run, or 3 points. Back up, he gets a double. They committed the Mass Serpent Wards for that as well, and did not get a kill. Sirius are just, they are not reading these engagements very well at all.
I mean, they're trying to get kills.
Yeah.
It's just really hard. Tide only had Vlads there. Committed Ravage, just Grimstroke came in at the same time. Did they have Vision too? Their ward actually doesn't spot the shrine right now, so that could have been part of the problem. Oh, it might have just been dewarded though with these.
With these two sentries.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Might have missed it.
Troll. Grimstroke got a sentry. There was an obs in the feed. I don't know when that was though. It's probably one of these. Yeah, I think they had a little bit more vision, but still, Tide just a hard hero to go on. He's pretty tanky.
Man, it's incredible how many heroes build Maelstrom right now. It's like every farming hero Maelstrom.
Pretty much. Just feels like the best farming item. It's always going to be the case with like edge carries, right? Oh, problems for the Ember Spirit. Can he get the silence off of him? It gets actually, the duration gets reduced, so he does take the Ren damage. 1, 2, 3, able to walk away with the Kraken Shell proc. Ember once again getting caught by the Phantom's Embrace. Tidehunter still pretty tanky. And they just give him the Inkswell, and he's going to be okay. So that is going to be still just... Oh, wait, no, that's going to be 3 for CDEC. They got both of the Radiant side ones and one of the Dire side. Tide is actually going to be going for a Hood. Decided that he wants it after that last engagement where he was almost brought down by getting chased by the Ember. He had the Medallion queued up for a second instead, but...
I mean, it's going to pay off with the double Maelstrom. Even just like some of the other nukes, it'll be completely fine. I don't even necessarily know if he needs to go pipe this game, actually. Might be worth getting just to help protect against some of the Ember damage. But he's going to farm just fine going forward. Net worth-wise, Wraith King is on top now without Midas use. 500 gold or so to a relic, 400 gold, 300 gold.
And Sylar is going for BKB as his second big item, so... And this is going to allow him to fight, but he's also not going to really scale that much compared to the Wraith King. It feels like this is kind of, in some ways, conceding like the late game carry battle against the Wraith King, but I don't think they win this late game anyway, right? Like, Tide, Wraith King.
Especially when they're losing right now by a lot. Yeah. They needed to win fights. Ravage is too much. If Troll tries to go on somebody and is stunned for 2 seconds, then they're already in a really bad place.
They need to win a fight so they can take some buildings, take the Roche, like, get this death ball really rolling.
Yeah.
Ember, all right, here's Maelstrom. Interestingly enough, does not go for the phase drum, just picked up some power treads. this game. This is a little bit out of the ordinary. You can, I think it's more difficult on Ember to stretch your mana pool with power treads, but it is certainly possible.
Why do you say it's more difficult?
Just because you got a lot of low cooldown abilities, so and I think it's kind of hard to
tread switch in between.
Yeah, just to kind of always be swapping to in.
I mean, even if you just do it for like slight.
All right, trouble for Omni. He was trying to join his team, but
it all adds up, you know. Like it'll pay off, even if he doesn't do it all the time. I'm a little surprised he's gone. There's a fight mid, by the way. Ember going on, raking a little bit.
Yep. All right.
Trying to burn his ulti for free here.
Is it gonna happen? The heal stolen by the Rubik coming in. Now they've got the Searing Chains. Locking down the Ember for a second. He does manage to jump away. Nicely done by ASD.
Yeah. That was absolutely worth it.
That's how you gotta play as Ember as well. You gotta push those absolute limits of your hero kind of situations.
Yep.
But everybody's so good at this damn hero now because they just play it every game.
Yeah. So whenever I'm like, oh, it's in my cavern, I'm thinking about playing it, but then I think like, oh, everybody plays against Ember all the time. So when I play it, I'm gonna be garbage, and they're gonna know exactly how to punish me, and I'm just gonna suck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get you.
Same with like Arc Warden. It's like I like Arc Warden, but everybody that plays Arc Warden like tryhards him with like Midas and like Shadow Blades and like they got everything so refined. I just don't even feel like attempting. I'm like, I'll just keep playing 5. I don't know. It certainly feels a lot easier sometimes.
Yeah, I guess. But you're gonna have to suck at first anyway to learn it
true.
eventually, right? And you're probably not going to want to play it when it's considered a bad hero. Is the thing. Like, your motivation to play it at the moment is because you think it's good.
No, that's actually exactly why I don't play heroes.
You see, you're
not
a meta you're not a meta spammer?
I'm not.
Okay, there you go.
No integrity. Meta spammers.
Alright, Wind Ranger's got a BKB and is now going for a straight up MKB. That's going to be a lot of damage.
Yeah. 75 instead of the 40 from Maelstrom.
Yeah.
On average. It is good.
Okay, they got BKB on troll. They gotta go, right? This is let's make something happen. Try some kind of attempt. Sylar does not want to just continue farming with the BKB in his inventory. You can see he is moving towards his team. He's not playing on the opposite side of the map. They've got pretty good vision. Omni Knight just walked in here and put down this observer ward up on this high ground. So mid lane seems like kind of a natural place to play. There is a smoke from CDEC. They've got the Radiance. They also want to fight with their timing. They get the silence over onto the Ember Spirit. He needs to deal with the Phantom, but they just explode him. And now they've got the Shackle over onto the Shaman. And so much for that attempted fight with the BKB, huh?
Inkswell's good spell, man.
Has he maxed it this game?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's maxed
he went 114, I think. I mean, I think if it's just one hero right now, this is like a 2-second stun almost. And it does like 350 damage or something. It's crazy.
Yeah, what's the...
Yeah, I usually have the numbers.
Max stun 3.7, and
so
then
it's like if it's like 1 unit for max duration, you just have the numbers, and it's about how much stun and damage it does.
Gotcha.
So if it's 2 heroes, it does the full damage, and then it's like a bonkers good skill.
Sirius, they found a double damage over on the bottom side. They want to contest this, but is this going to be in time? Sylar wants to run into the pit. They don't have that last little bit of damage that they need. The focus fire ran out. Wraith King's in trouble. They do have a Shackle over onto the Shadow Shaman. Once again, might delete him before this fight actually starts. Can he get the Mass Serpent Wards out? Who's going to get the Roshan? Who is actually picking this up? No one's got the Aegis yet. Sylar grabs it now. CDC, do they just need to disengage? Sylar pops the ulti, but does get stunned. Also hexed, also shackled, catches the Omni in the pit. 1, 2, 3 though, taking a lot of damage.
DD is ridiculous at this point in the game, actually.
All right, they heal a little bit. Now they get the silence over onto ASD. Shackle, a little bit of a weird angle there. And the CDC still just fighting as they retreat, spamming as they go. Not what they wanted. I think if they had Medallion Untied there, they would have gotten that before Sirius had been able to contest, but still doesn't even feel like that big of a win for Sirius. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, they still have the Aegis, but I don't think Troll will complain much. I guess he didn't get a kill, technically.
Wraith King's the one actually going for the Solar Crest this game. It's a little bit unusual.
Yeah, that one is weird, actually.
I guess it's nice with the Wind Ranger. It's a nice item to have, but it's just weird that Wraith King's the one buying it, right? Normally you would be looking at Blink or AC now.
Yeah, it can potentially work with like jumping skeletons, throw stun, Solar Crest the guy. You can increase your damage a lot that way. He did go skeleton attack damage, so if his skeletons are hitting for like 75 damage or something, this absolutely is a way to do more damage.
The weird thing is that he is potentially the hero that would want Solar Crest used on himself.
Yeah, to elongate his life, right?
Yeah, elongate his life, or that multiply his other items, give him more building siege potentially.
Yeah, that's really true.
So that makes it a little bit weird. But I think he's just going to be using it offensively as CDEC. Stealthy smoke. They do have a blink dagger on this Tide Hunter, so they're going to be looking for that jump on the front lines, plus also disabling the full back line. Sirius, they are healing on the Ember. And the CDEC just kind of chasing them around back to their shrine. Omni Knight came in here, did not put a ward down just yet as they do spot him. He's going to Heavenly Grace himself. 1, 2, 3 is just going for the body blocks. And, alright, once again, another free support pickoff.
There's so much damage. Doesn't even matter.
Omni's 1 and 5, and Shaman is 0 and 7. So 12 of the 16 kills on the CDEC side are on support. Yeah, they're going to roar up on the Wraith King. All right, this is just to pop his ultimate. Is the rest of the team going to be here in time? They need to be so cautious of this Ravage. You can see the circle getting closer. Can they save the Wraith King? They won't be able to. He's too far up. And that is his mega kill streak ended. 600 gold for the Troll Warlord. Oh, boy.
Yeah, it was super easy kills there. Did not take much. Troll's hitting hard.
Yeah, he's farmed. He's got 12.8k. Keeping up, he's going for MKB as well.
This is kind of the lacking in Medallion. 7 armor is nice, but it's not that much survivability. He's only got 1600 health. If he has like an armlet or something there, feels better probably, but ultimately he just doesn't have a ton of health. He would if he went the strength talent, but he didn't.
Well, these last 2 fights from CDEC have been a little bit sloppy. The Roshan attempt and now the Wraith King getting caught, really giving Sirius some life back into this game as the net worth and the experience start to swing back. And they're just controlling this Radiant high ground for now. Got some vision. They see what's going on. They're waiting for anybody to come a little bit too close. As Sylar fairly happy to siege along with the Aegis. They got 4.5 minutes. Well, they got 1.5 minutes. Sorry. 4.5 minutes to the Roshan respawn. Potential. Oh, well, Heavenly Grace is going to help with that. And they're Solar Cresting their Troll Warlord, so he is just huge. And now he's got the full MKB.
Another MKB coming too on the Radiant side. Wind Ranger almost has hers finished. He needs about 800. Tide trying to slow things on top. He's taking a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Did he get it? Oh, we got Serpent Wards.
Okay, nice. Well, can they get some kind of a catch here?
They're trying to blink on Tide. They could go.
If they time this on the Aegis despawn, they still got a little bit for Sirius. But wow, those couple of blunders give Sirius 2 tier 2 towers and significantly close the net worth gap. CDEC, they've almost got they just need to go pick up the solar on Eve. So we'll see how that goes. Once again, just kind of waiting for him. It's going to be the same move. Can they get the Tide Hunter here in time for life number 2? It's not a bad fight if they can actually pop this Aegis successfully. They get the Hex onto the Wraith King, trying to keep him up. BKB from ASD as well. They've just got the Shackle on the Wraith King as they focus him down. CDEC can't fight against these double BKBs. Buyback from the Rubik just to try and scare them off a little bit. And Sirius will retreat, but they are fighting so nicely together. And the supports are actually now starting to do stuff. I think that's the big comparison to the early game. What is...
Wraith King just doesn't have what he needs, and he's realizing now he queued up a BKB. Solar Crest is so expensive. It's almost a 4,000 gold item, 3,875. So from Medallion, you're spending an extra, like, what, 2,500 gold?
Yep.
For something to upgrade the damn thing? That's so much money. That's like almost a BKB. And he's mostly just taking magic damage from Troll. He just dies instantly.
Yeah, that's true.
So he needs raw HP with some magic resistance. BKB is the best solution. And the Radiance just doesn't matter either because they also have their BKBs. So it's like everything he has in his inventory doesn't matter in these fights. And Solar Crest definitely wouldn't have solved it.
No, I think it's a really good call to point out that like a lot of the damage that Sylar is dealing is actually magical, both of the procs. So he is gonna need something to deal with that. Wind Ranger's got the Monkey King bar now, so she's got a lot of damage output. But it's always a question. He actually got the Solar Crest. Okay.
We did. Okay.
Yeah. So, alright.
I mean, he already had the win lace and the recipe purchase, so in some ways it's probably worth finishing. I think that's fine, but in hindsight, he shouldn't have built medallion.
He still farms BKB pretty quickly, but can't afford another sequence like that where he just gets caught out. His team is playing much closer behind him now.
That's true.
They're watching him farm instead of just feeling like, oh yeah, Wraith King's got ulti, so it's always fine for us to like give this buffer to help him. And maybe instead we need to be right there. 1-2-3 is also going for a Lotus Orb to try and help out against some of this Shadow Shaman nonsense. Because he's already got the Aether Lens, and once he gets the 125 cast range, it's actually going to be pretty hard to find Firefly. He's even I love this item on Shadow Shaman so much. The BKB.
Yeah.
Like, CDEC don't have ways to interrupt the BKB shackle. So he can just sit there in the middle of the fight, and your, like, 7k net worth Shadow Shaman can just delete the 17k net worth hero.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do about it, basically, as long as he pops BKB in time.
Yep. Alright, well, Master Prone's going to get cleaned up quickly here, but it is some chip damage for Sirius on the high ground. XM is farming over on the other side of the map, pressuring top a little bit. And Sirius still feeling like they are in control of the Radiant side of the map, though. CDEC looking to make some kind of a move out. They popped down the sentry, they're looking for the Hawks. That's probably something that we haven't been highlighting as much this game, is the Hawk vision, and whether or not that's been allowing Sirius to take these jumps. Like, maybe the Hawk is letting them know that they aren't actually behind the Wraith King. And then, because of that, like, they can safely go for these double kills on Wraith King. Because if you think the Tide is right behind him, I don't think you go for those plays, but somehow they know that they can just keep making it happen.
Well, even if the Tide's there, you would definitely need like a third hero sometimes too.
That's true.
Wraith King's not going to be able to do full DPS, so.
And they've got the double BKBs. I think that's the other thing. Maybe they're just not afraid. Like BKB Ember, BKB Troll. They're coming back bottom again. Sylar's actually got a chunk of a double damage here. So, CDC, where's your high ground defense? Hello, where's the spam? Why is nobody back here? Some people even have TPs on cooldown. Are they really just going to let the Troll Warlord take the tier 3 completely for free? All right. Sylar with the, they're trying to shackle off the creep, but not going to happen. Heavenly Grace immediately dispelling Sylar.
He just took 2 hits and went from full to that.
Man, maybe I'm underrating this Omni Knight, or maybe the Omni Knight support. All right, trying to force some potential BKBs, but Wraith King just going to lose his first life. It's way too much. Sylar does need to be a little bit careful. He's already used his BKB, so Sirius are backing up. Guardian Angel gets used early. That is going to be the Heavenly Grace stolen. ASD also used his BKB running in. They need to be careful. Once these BKBs wear out, that's when the Ravage gets really terrifying, and they haven't actually killed anybody for using all of their spells. The Blink is off cooldown. They get the double lift, and now the Ravage out onto 3, following it up with the Ink Swell. Shackle lands. They will lose 1-2-3. Sylar pops the ultimate and immediately just kills off 2 heroes. Who can stop this man? They get the Shackle onto the Wind Ranger. But BKB runaway just enough. Really nice reaction with the Phantom's Embrace to silence up Firefly. 1-2-3 also buying back into the game. Sylar is just, he's a beefcake. He's so hard to deal with on the front lines. He's spewing damage in every direction. They're going to pop the Glyph now just to try and keep this melee barracks alive, but Sylar kind of wants it. They need to be careful. Focus Fire coming out onto him. And alright, they do back up. Maybe go take the Shrine. Rinse, reset. Roshan's actually already up, and there's bounties to be claimed.
Should hit the range barracks, but still a super good fight for them. Like, Troll's ulti usage was excellent. His Satanic is now finished, so he's almost impossible to kill. As long as he's got Omni's Heavenly Grace.
Alright, well, Omni didn't quite get that bounty, but no way for Wind Ranger to kill him without the Focus Fire, so.
It's also not dead. 15 on Rubik.
Oh man, Troll's got Satanic.
Yep.
Jeez.
Very farmed.
Does Wraith King have his BKB? He does. Okay, 10-second BKB. More armor coming up with the plate mail next. Maybe this is just one way to, like, you think that the 2 lives on Wraith King are useful, but the overwhelming single target damage from the Troll. I feel like this is even just a side effect. This Monkey King bar, to me, is kind of about the Wind Ranger, but having all of this raw damage just to go onto one target, I guess that's kind of what Troll is all about. I don't know.
Which is kind of why he counters Wraith King, because Wraith King's benefit is that you have 2 health bars normally, but
He just does so much damage and.
Do the fervor stacks get reset in between lives?
I would assume not.
Because the stacks are on your hero, right? And the Wraith King is not a different unit, so
you might be right.
That might actually be a big deal here. Like, he kills you once, and then so long as he doesn't hit anything else, you come back into the angriest troll warlord you've ever seen. CDEC smoked up, they're looking for something. What can they actually find? There is a troll warlord illusion here, but they seem to know, they test their smoke. They're not going to fall for it. They take the high ground with the Wraith King leading. Sirius backing up and actually smoking to wrap around. The prize for whoever wins this fight could be the Roshan on both teams. A little bit light on buybacks. Radiant Scan goes for the pit, but it's actually hitting the illusion that's in there. So, and now Sirius have actually just taken their opportunity to march past CDEC and head towards their high ground. CDEC don't have a TP scroll on their Tidehunter.
Oh no,
that's bad.
Panic.
All right, that's really bad. And now Sylar is just up on the high ground chopping your axe once again. Tide's coming back, but they know that he's walking. They've spotted him on the ward, so they're looking for him. They're not going to find him, and now that they know that they've TP'd away, Sirius just head to the pit. They are playing them like a fiddle.
Are they actually going to the pit, though? Are they going to take Rosh?
Maybe they
I'm not
deward.
so sure. I assume they're just going to spread out and farm somewhere.
I think they threaten it, just so that CDEC come and... All right, they're trying for it. All right, now they see heroes coming in. I think they kind of give away the position of their ward a little bit. I don't know if CDEC saw them. And actually, yeah, this ward is out of range, so Tide just sitting on top of it the whole time.
Yeah, that's a really good place for it, for a Rosh control one. The one CDEC place gets dewarded almost consistently. So yeah, I'd liken these wards just a little bit more central. It still spots people moving, but doesn't give you perfect Rosh control. It's fine.
Like you're missing a little bit of vision in here, but whatever. It's good enough.
Yep.
Better this vision than no vision, for sure.
You want to see if they're like about to blink into your Rosh pit.
Yeah. All right, Power Shot's gonna keep on scouting it. Man, losing these 2 tier 3s for CDC, it's gotta feel like. Oh wow, Wraith King is going for Orchid, huh? I guess
that's a weird build.
I guess Bloodthorn is like it feels as though he's going for items that are gonna help
the Skellies,
like himself, the Skellies, and the Wind Ranger.
Yeah, I mean it's like a Skelly build.
It kind of makes sense.
Just blink.
He does have the 2 times skeleton spawn. Oh my God, Omni Knight. Hello.
Oh, he did get it. Huh.
All right, just TP down.
Well,
I guess there's no diffusal on the troll, right? So
it's a good way to make his skeletons better against troll too, because of the spin. It's gonna give blind, but then Bloodthorn gives True Strike, so
true.
Kind of cool. He also doesn't have blink though. That's kind of a crucial thing that's easy to overlook. So it's gonna be harder for him to initiate at the right times.
And just pop the whole combo. Even just putting the skeletons on a useful hero or in a useful place in the team fight, it's going to be that little bit harder. And now Sirius are running up onto the high ground. What have they actually found? They go to Hex over onto the Rubik. Master Points also drop down. Wraith King trying to frontline. They will focus over onto the Shadow Shaman, killing him first. Guardian Angel not going to protect him. And Sylar's used a lot of cooldowns here. Needs to be somewhat careful. Wraith King, that's his first life. Grimstroke also getting clicked down. He's going to buy back into the game. Wraith King, what can they actually do? ASD! Just clicked off the face of the earth, the focus fire plus the solar crest. He is gone, and Sylar needing to be careful. He's running out of cooldowns. They're actually going to send in July as they catch the Inkswell plus the Ravage onto 2. Firefly, he rejoined this fight with the buyback, but it's not going to do anything for him as XM is just dragging Sylar deeper into his team, taking advantage of the ultimate. They don't quite land the shackle. Do they have enough save here for Sylar? He's taking the damage, that Inkswell. Such nice lockdown. He pops the Satanic, turns it around, trying to fight, but it's Sylar versus the world. He's being lifted, and XM has one more focus fire to finish him off in July. Next one to fall, it should be all of Sirius getting cleaned up. Omni Knight does manage to escape once again with a sneaky TP, but CDEC, they put some buybacks into that, the 2 supports. But the Ember Spirit did nothing in that fight.
Yeah, I was surprised they lost that fight so badly, considering things were looking kind of okay for them. But yeah, Ember died really suddenly. Didn't quite have his Lincolns finished. He bought his recipe right before he died, it looks like.
Why are we not solar cresting? All right, now we're solar cresting.
He deserves the bonus.
All right.
On the ground.
Is it solar? Oh no, they got it on the side. Okay, cool. Well, I do also think they just popped a lot of cooldowns in not optimal ways, right? Like Troll popped BKB, and they popped the Guardian Angel,
like same time,
and neither of them did anything. Now the Wind Ranger is getting pretty big. He's got this Aghanim Scepter now. Gives him a lot of mobility. Also the 20 talent, so he's got the Invis. He can just hound the supports in the back lines now.
Very scary for Omni. I mean, he's got Aether Lens, so it'll help at least for him to stay alive, but definitely a problem.
Yeah, Wraithking getting tankier. Got a full AC flying out, so from 19 armor all the way up to 34. And even more with the Vlads.
If he takes physical damage. I guess he will against Troll. I mean, even though Troll does a lot of magic burst.
Yeah, he will lose a little bit, right? Because he's probably going to be using the Solar Crest offensively.
Still hits really hard, though. He's 123 plus 183 damage-wise. That's excluding all the magic. So, yeah, the armor will help. And will make his skeletons better, of course, because that's what this draft is about. He's queuing up Orchid again. Bloodthorn.
All right.
But he doesn't have a blink. He doesn't have a force. I don't know if he's going to get on top of people and then use it. That's the weird part right now.
Yeah. Oh no. Wind Ranger really, really wanted that Arcane, but that's going to be the Aegis. Immediately popped him. Once again, this feels like the same story as the Wraith King. People just out in the middle of no man's land. They do get the Lotus Orb over onto the Wind Ranger, but it's not really going to help, or is it? They don't actually have enough through the Wind Run. Firefly jumping forward once again. It's a game of save the Wind Ranger. Can they get XM out of here? He actually just gets auto-attacked down. Now they find the Tide over in the trees. CDEC going for the runes. They will be able to pop the cheese, but 1, 2, 3 is just going to fall as easy as that.
Jeez.
Well, that was a big throw. I guess he did not think that there was any chance that they would all be camping that bottom rune. But with that, they throw away the Aegis, and Tide is dead for 100 seconds with no buyback.
Okay. And with the gem available, they should be able to deward a bunch. And possibly get another tier 3 tower. The next set, their prize. The prize cabinet, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
Never mind, they're going
Trophy collection.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Well, we saw them bring this melee barracks low last time. Can they finish it off this time? And these hyper carries with Heavenly Grace.
Yeah.
It's actually so crazy.
And Solar Crest, yeah.
Oh, and the Solar Crest and the Satanic as well. Is this the meta that we're going back to? Just the huge carry, all the buffs for one guy.
I mean, it makes it so much easier. It's very difficult to,
very easy to play
win defensive team fights, especially with the buybacks. You can't give your opponents openings, basically, because if they see them, they're going to take them. And once they take those openings, you're probably going to lose them if you have a map disadvantage or based on where you're pushing high ground. So just easier to toss like one semi-invulnerable guy up there to make everything simple for you.
It's the same idea as like the Lifestealer sieging high ground or the Jug sieging high ground, right? You just kind of chip. He's up front, can't really do a whole lot to him. They do get the Hex over into the Wraith King. Just save Sylar a little bit of damage. They want the Lane of Rax for free. Shackle is going to latch over onto the Omni Knight. Sylar not walking into the best position. And is that a stolen roar coming out from the Rubik? Also catching the Omni. That's both of them dead. In July, trying for the TP out. He's going to succeed, but okay, well, they thought that the Troll Warlord was invulnerable, but they found the opportunity.
Yeah.
And then shackled both of them together, roared both of them. And there you go. Now we're going back the other way.
And they engaged after Omni had used his skills in the previous fight. That way, or at least the previous little
round.
Yeah, of spells. That way, couldn't save Troll as quickly. Oh. He got shackled to him though, right? So he can get ult off.
Yeah, the two of them got shackled together.
Definitely makes a difference.
Well, all right. Injuly is trying to threaten. Wait, Injuly doesn't have any TP at all. He's got no TP scroll and no. He BOT'd out here to try and threaten. Trying to get somebody on CDEC to respond, maybe, so then he can come back, but still has 10 seconds to go. XM's looking for him. Injuly has the roar. XM just going to stay on top of him here.
Shackle him.
Yeah, he's waiting. Does he see him in the trees? Power shot not going to catch. Meanwhile, they lose Firefly over inside of the base. XM still chasing. He still has his Focus Fire running. Shackle to interrupt the animation, and then keep on running through. All right. Beastmaster getting picked off. CDEC claim a second Lane of Rax. How fast did that fall?
I mean, it was basically just skeletons and like Wraith King
2 times skeleton damage plus the AC. That's
yeah, it's a lot. -5 armor on towers here is bunkers.
all right. Wraith King #1 on net worth. Troll doesn't really feel like he has a ton of room to grow. I mean, obviously the wand can get replaced.
It is a decent. I guess you don't want butterfly.
You just get Abyssal, right? Surely that's the best item. It's kind of it's a little bit more survivability. The bash is super value. Or do you think he'd consider something else like a Scotty or?
Yeah, I was thinking Scotty initially. Basher's not a bad idea though.
Yeah. I mean, what else? He can't really go, like, Butterfly's not going to represent a lot of survivability for him, necessarily. Oh, who's dead over here? Why is Ember dead? ASD?
Shackled.
Alright, yeah. Oh, looks like they teamed up with the Rubik. Oh, he got he's still got Roar!
Yeah, it's almost gone. That's the third time. Because he stole it originally the mid-fight or something like that.
Okay.
To, like, respond to a stun.
Well, Sirius really wanted the split push, but it's just ended up costing them a couple of cores. They're putting Sylar up here on the front lines, but CDEC kind of just jumping in, get the damage reduction, and now it's their turn to siege. Unfortunately, casting that stun pulls the skeletons away from the tier 3 tower, but looks like they are still going to get this in just another round or two. And Wraith King all of a sudden has 7k gold.
That's Bloodthorn territory.
Yeah, jeez. Alright, stun on the Sylar, take the tier 3, summon some more skeletons. Oh, lift. Alright, Heavenly Grace is there. Master Forward's getting dropped down. Sylar is taking some damage though. Yeah, he looks a little bit more vulnerable now.
Yeah.
Than he did previously.
Yeah, the Solar Crest definitely helps that too. I mean, 80 movement or attack speed reduction helps a lot against Troll.
Yep.
He's just gonna build up his charges a lot more slowly. Plus, Wraith King's gotten so many defensive items. He's going Ags actually. Okay, sold his Midas.
Alright. Neat. It's
It is an item.
It does mean that it like guarantees the Ravage, right? No matter what happens to Tide, Ravage is going off. And I guess your support spells as well. I've seen a lot of Wraith Kings get this as like the capstone item on their build. I'm not always convinced.
Yeah, it's a...
Wait, how does the Wraith work with Troll ulti? If you die and you're Wraith, does he just stay on you? Or does he get stuck? You can't attack them, right?
Good question, actually. If it does stay on... You can cast spells on them. You might be able to attack them.
Okay.
If it does force Troll to stay on them, it could definitely help nullify how useful his ulti is.
Just like waste his whole ult?
Yeah, it's cool.
We'll keep an eye out for it.
Yes. Alright, Vampire lifesteal probably not worth getting. Although it would be kind of nice with his raised skeletons.
The skeletons die in like one shot anyway, right?
Yeah. Well. Yeah, they don't have much armor.
Well, how much health did they have?
250. Times 2. Smoke here from CDEC. Ready to go.
They're looking for it.
Got the D ward. Control the tri-camp area pretty well.
Oh. Wait. So, wait. Were they smoked? I think they were smoked, but it just timed out. Alright. Basher patrol.
Okay. Lincoln's is up on Wind Ranger. She's got the cooldown reduction too.
Oh, man. So nice.
9-second Lincolns.
9.1. How much cooldown reduction does Drow have at 25?
50.
50?
Yeah.
The Drow Ranger Lincoln
Same
feels
as,
crazy. Alright, kind of threatening a TP in there was Beastmaster. And we're back. Oh, we got Roshan number 3. It's a refresher shard.
Okay.
Oh, dang. Alright, well, there you go. Tidehunter's happy.
Suppose that's true, huh? His eggs is really good too, though. I don't know.
Yeah, that's also true.
Does anybody not have it?
If you...
Grimstroke and Rubik, is that it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe you'd give it to Rubik first, so you can steal more good spells, but... It's really good on time. Here we go. She doesn't have the mana for it, though, is probably the reason it wouldn't be worth it.
What talents did he take, actually? Move speed, XP gain, Kraken Shell block damage. Oh, they got the lift over onto the Troll Whirlwind. What is he doing here? Sylar, dead, buys back immediately, but they've also got some lockdown over onto the Ember Spirit. ASD pops the BKB defensively, now wants to jump forward, trying to make some kind of use of this, but XM is just in there. killing off the Shadow Shaman. He's dead. 1, 2, 3. Have already used the Ravage, and CDEC just going to disengage now. Wraith King does still have his ultimate up and available, and Sirius just caught asleep at the wheel almost completely.
The power of vision. Their Observer Ward didn't quite catch. It doesn't even catch the full middle lane. So they probably just jumped forward and stunned him when he wasn't watching. Before he got his BKB off.
Blink Lift is always such a good initiation. Yeah. Sylar didn't think he could go down like that, but because you got like 2 buttons that you think make you kind of unkillable this game, but not the case. All right, well now they really, really, really need this Roshan, and CDEC really, really do not want to give it to them. That's going to be life number 1 for the Wraith King. He's coming back up. He's going to get hexed. Can they kite this out? It's only 30 seconds to go till he has one more. Sylar popping everything. BKB along with the ultimate, but 1, 2, 3 is just kiting him, and he's actually pretty tanky with that Kraken Shell. Survives a little bit longer, going to come running back in, get his items out, do everything that he can. Throws one more gush. Survives for quite some time. And now he buys back. That means Troll Warlord now extremely vulnerable. They got the lift over onto the Omni Knight. Can they bring him down? Jump in from the Ember Spirit. They're looking towards the Rubik, but he pops the Ghost Scepter, so he survives just that little bit longer. In July also locking onto the Ember Spirit. Wraith King on the front lines once again, but he does have his ultimate again, and XM is just doing too much damage. He's got the double kill. Buyback now from the Ember Spirit. Troll Warlord trying to retreat from the fight. Both teams putting their backs into it. They know that Roshan is the prize, and they know that could represent the win for either one of these 2 teams, but that is all 5 buybacks from Team Sirius.
Well, Ravage still on cooldown for 26 seconds. This is a decent window at least. Yeah, they just sit in here.
14 seconds to go for the Wraith King ultimate. This Roshan dies quickly, but they are going to try and stall it out.
He's fine, because if he dies too early, as long as it's less than 7 seconds, he'll respawn after the Wraith ends. So, looks like he bought his recipe. Nah, probably just the buyback. Now they'll both carefully wait to take Roshan.
Everyone's. I guess they need the troll cooldowns. 6 seconds. Sylar does have the Satanic. He's got the BKB. Bottom lane is constantly pressuring in. That is the one problem that the Radiant are facing, but the tier 4 towers can handle themselves for at least a little while. Beastmaster could make some kind of crazy play and go try and threaten with the BOTs, but they don't have a shrine to TP back to, so.
That's true. That's actually a big loss. I mean, he could always just come back to one of his units, though.
Yeah, that's true. But he would have to run down there. I'm picturing like he BOTs to threaten, like the tier 4s or something.
Yeah, because he can't BOTs back as well.
Yeah. Good point. Like if the troll also had BOTs. Oh, Sylar, Ravage, again. Can they save him?
He got his ult off.
Oh, he got his ult off. He is turning it around. He's going to heal up a little bit. Guardian Angel now also coming in. Sylar needs a little bit more. Gets up to half HP. XM's looking for him. He's still got the Focus Fire running on him, so just needs to wait out this Guardian Angel. Wraith King running back. Grimstark just going to try and cast a couple more spells. He gets up one last Ink Swell before going down. Wraith King focused on the high ground. They can't save him from the shackles. XM comes in to try and clean up Firefly. But Wraith King is going to be dead, and Sylar wants this little window of opportunity to try and take out the Roshan. There is a buyback available for the Wraith King. Sirius, is this actually dropping fast enough? They seem to be struggling.
With the buyback on Wraith King, they don't feel comfortable. Just slightly surprising with their attack speed and the Solar Crest, but they're playing really careful here.
They may have just needed the hard commit, but...
Yeah, they might have been able to do that, but if they got caught, they could just lose the whole game right there.
Yeah. So. Oh, and they're so far behind in the group stage as well. Like this loss, if they do end up this game, if they do end up losing it.
They went back in.
Yeah, they're in.
He sold the fervor stack.
All right, okay.
His damage is insane.
That's pretty good. CDC running in to contest. They do get the Aegis Cheese and the Refresher Shot on the Troll. Sylar picks it up quickly. Trouble for the Wraith King. Gets reflected. Beastmaster going to put himself in the grave. Troll Warlord pops the BKB to try and deal with the silence. Omni Knight on the back lines can't really do the same thing. He's in danger. He gets brought down. That's 3 dead on the side of Sirius. Do they actually have the damage with just the 2 big cores? Wraith King needs to escape, but the Glimmer Cape is going to keep him alive. There's 2 gems on the ground, but Sirius couldn't pick either of them up, as now they're just getting kited around in circles by the constant invis.
Damn cores.
Oh, no
2
slots.
gems on the ground. They're
yeah.
like, eh.
Okay, they picked up one now on ASD. He ditched his blink for it. That item's only worth 900 gold. All of my items are worth over 2,000 gold.
As they lose like 2 huge kills
Yeah.
to just Glimmer Capes, basically. Or simple invis. Yeah.
It's always interesting because you see the argument of like, oh, well, invis is only good in low MMR pubs. Like, pro players buy detection. Well, until this point happens. Yeah. Until you're 52 minutes into this game and everybody wants all of their item slots.
And all your supports are dead and the remaining guys are like, well, I want my BKB to come off cooldown 10 seconds later, or earlier.
Well, buyback situation is extremely treacherous. I mean, Trolls, okay, so he's got the Aegis, and his buyback is back up in 2 minutes. So, Sylar did not get punished. He almost got punished, right? There was that moment where it looked like they were just going to get him to die back, and that would be the end of it.
The strong Dispel talent.
Oh, that's true. Oh, well.
Didn't work out that time, though.
Hey, nope.
Can he not activate if he sounds?
They're waiting for...
I'm not sure.
I don't know if he can. It might be like a Baden. Or however that works. Anyway, Sylar. Alright, does pop the ult. They're looking for this. Nice Force Staff away. That was the Refresher Shard being used by Sylar just so that he can get all of his cooldowns back. Putting the Phase Boots back in now. Rearranging the old inventory a little bit. Okay, well that Aegis didn't do a whole lot.
It did not. Just one set of barracks left here on the bot lane.
God, this game is close.
It really is.
Net worth pretty much dead even. Experience pretty much dead even. Most heroes reaching 25 at this point. All the cores. So the majority of the heroes in the game.
Basically anybody that matters. Not that Shaman's as bad or anything, but he's got the long duration shackles that he's been wanting. Hasn't been able to get a BKB yet.
Oh yeah. He kind of gave up on that idea, huh? He got the Glimmer and the Blink.
He died a few more times and was like, huh, maybe not.
Okay. Interesting. So important that Sirius don't let them have the Rosh. I think that if they had the Refresher Shard on the Tide, that would have just, like... I think that may have just ended the game.
Yeah, especially when they grab somebody important like Troll. Harder now to secure the kills because of the strong Dispel that he has, but...
Oh, okay. They really wanted... This is such a nice play, actually. The Hawk continuing to scout the power runes. Well, the Rosh area and the power runes.
That's true.
Just so that they know what's going on and they can like try and snipe any DDs or Arcanes or anything like that. But didn't happen. Wind Ranger got it. Wraith King... Well, I mean, he's still got this Bloodthorn on quick buy.
Huh.
He has consumed his Ags now and put in...
The Blink,
Oh, he's got the Blink, finally.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's got BOTs instead of Facebooks.
So what's he replace next?
It is... I don't know if Solar is a 6-slot item, so... And then you probably get an item that comes in after BKB gets popped.
But Solar and Bloodthorn together are so good.
It is, yeah. So maybe you just get the Bloodthorn and then like Bloodthorn comes in after BKB. Or like just before the fight, Bloodthorn comes in for BOTs.
Yeah.
Who knows? They got bounties. They are gonna get some net worth going here. But still. And they're buying a bunch of discs, right? Yeah, Aeon Disc. Aeon Disc for the Rubik. Grimstroke is going for a Scythe. Still lots of big plays that the supports on both teams can make this game. And Omni's going for an Ags, but I think it's far more likely that he just gets it off like the next Roche than actually farming this while trapped inside of his
It's very hopeful.
base.
He's not doing great. We'll get there someday, maybe. If they win like 4 team fights.
CDEC just want to fight on their wards. They've just got Vision up on this high ground, and they're waiting for that good opportunity. Who's got the most current gold, actually? Grimstroke, 5K. Oh, all right. They pop the Lincolns. They jump in. They get the lift. Where's the save? BKB getting popped. Force Staff forward for the Guardian Angel. Wait, did he dodge the GA?
Yeah.
With Slight? Oh, well.
Cooldown wasted.
All right. Abilities forced. CDC still chilling.
Troll's still so hard for them to fight. They just, all of them get cut up pretty quick. He's also the guy that they have to kill.
Yeah, Sylar is the wall that they have to get through here. All right, there's one stun. Shaman over on the sidelines of this fight. They're going to be TPing in the Ember as well. They're going for the backlines first. Grimstroke ends up falling. He does get out as the Wraith gets out his spells. In fact, Sylar standing strong in the middle of everybody. Where is this fight actually going? They are going to end up losing the Beastmaster. CDEC kiting backwards. ASD trying to keep them here as they buy back on the Beast. James is going to survive a little bit longer. Well, he's dead, but he's in the Wraith form. Nice Lotus is going to reflect that. They pop the Ravage up on the high ground, but it's just to disengage. CDEC want out. They get the blink, and they get out of there, but the Ember's still chasing for a little bit more. Wait, does he not see the... All right, Wind Ranger, maybe Fogged. Firefly. Oh, got the Glimmer Cape. He's got the gem. They've got... Well, they don't have any mana left on the Shadow Shaman, unfortunately. Oh. Well, that would have been a really nice kill if they could have gotten it.
Yeah, missed here in chance, too. Yep. Well, the fight went pretty well. The Ravage on the high ground was nice, though.
Just to disengage. Yeah.
Two dead heroes, though. So
they got the... But they got the Beastmaster buyback. So...
It's true.
And it doesn't seem like their position has worsened very much. Close game. This,
yes.
Of course, it's got to be the final game that goes the distance, Purge. That's the.
It does.
That's how it works.
These chairs are real comfy, by the way.
They are really comfy.
I definitely feel the tiredness over here in comparison to the couch. I don't know what it is. You would think a couch would be more comfy, but this is like just lean back. Maybe it's because I have to sit up straight instead of like being fully supported.
Maybe.
It's the only reason I was able to hold my breath so long. Clearly, it's in full veg mode.
Okay, so Sirius are marching down the lane. They would love to force out some buybacks, but it's really, I don't think, going to happen. Really unlikely. So they just reclaim a little bit of map control. Where are the gems? We got 2 on the side of Sirius. I don't believe anyone is carrying one on CDEC. So that is maybe a little bit worrying, if you're them. What are the support 25s like this game?
The attack ward damage or the Ether Shock.
Oh, those are both great.
And Omni went for the Heavenly Grace cooldown.
Okay. 200% uptime.
Grimstroke, Ink Swell Radius, of course.
Yeah, that's too good.
And which one do you like better on Ruin? Depending on the game.
Yeah, it depends on the game. I would say Telekinesis cooldown this game. None of the spells that you steal are actually doing very much damage. So what's the point? It's mostly lockdown. Troll Warlord, getting lifted. All right, there's the Heavenly Grace and the Glimmer Cape. Get him out of there.
The power of Aether Lens.
Yeah, like the Telekinesis cooldown actually gets... The fact that he's got Fade Bolt cooldown and Telekinesis cooldown, Ribbit gets pretty crazy at 25.
In case there wasn't enough to do.
Yeah. In case there weren't enough buttons to push. He doesn't have the Ags yet, so he's not in full, like, Chaos Master Wizard mode. Just steal this, blink here, stun that guy, steal a new spell, combo the chain stun. Yeah.
They're doing rush.
Yeah, they're in there. All right, it's up. Aegis Cheese, Aghanims, and Refresher Shard. They scanned it on the Radiant, but Troll Warlord is chopping wood. They jump in on the Wraith King. It's not dead quite yet. Who's picked it up? Injuly's actually got the Aegis. Who has got the rest of it? Still on the ground, I believe. We're just going to wait. They reflect the roar. They just want this kill on the Wraith King desperately. XM is focusing over onto the Beastmaster, but they do have the Guardian Angel. Somehow, Wraith King still surviving. They get the Shackle onto the Wind Ranger, but now Firefly is being focused down. Grimstroke is dead. Wraith King loses his second life. Does he have a buyback available? He does. He's going to be forced to use it. Ember Spirit getting locked down. Can XM actually finish him? There's a Ravage coming through. Sylar chasing forward, still has the ultimate. CDC's turn to put the buybacks into this fight and retreat back out. Grimstroke, Force Staff, Glimmer Cape, trying to get him out of here. XM, Wind running away. He's going to be okay for now. Firefly almost dead, but not quite. They've got a Refresher popped. Another Roar coming in from Injuly. That Aghanim's Blessing is still in his backpack. XM with the DD going to work, but he does get fogged by ASD as they focus onto the Omni Knight. Wraith King now getting locked down. He can't afford to die. This is going to be a dieback for your Wraith King. He's stuck in the green ghost form, but what can he actually do? Tries to get a few more crits onto Injuly, maybe focus him down, but it all falls to XM now. He's looking for ASD over on the other side of the fight. Does get him. That's a dieback as well, but now the Hex comes through. Do they wait. They can't see him. They don't have the detection, Purge.
He's
still fighting.
Caught.
He's going to get Injuly. XM, he's got the Linkets, now getting the Shackle out. Sylar just pops the ultimate to try and focus him down. But once again, they don't have the detection.
Just permanent invis with Windrun. They can't catch him.
They're putting down sentries, but it's not going to help. 1, 2, 3. Nice force staff down onto the low ground. They are kiting this Troll Warlord like nothing else, and they do have that 7-second cooldown on telekinesis now.
It's bonkers how untouchable Troll Warlord looks at this point in the game. Like,
yeah,
Wraith King can't step up to him at all.
I do feel like we haven't seen the Wind Ranger really go for him. XM's plan seems to be kind of leave him for last. And I think that's the right idea, but surely it's only the Wind Ranger who can kill him at this point. I think that's the big thing.
I mean, they have lots of stuns. The Dispel helps. BKB helps, but slow duration.
Omni has been positioning well as well, I gotta say.
Yeah, that's true.
He's got a blink and a force staff now, so that's really helping the situation with constantly, like, he can kite away, blink in, grace, back up, force staff in, grace, and always kind of be in position for a Guardian Angel. But I really thought watching Wraith King die twice, that might be the end of it for CDEC, but this game has more to give.
Both teams like playing it safe.
Yeah. Well, XM is out here on the map. He is, like, he's doing stuff. How fast does he actually go with just the Aghanim Scepter? I guess we'll find out.
Like 600 or something. Oh, he doesn't have boots anymore.
Yeah, no more boots.
Okay.
So it's, yeah, so it's another 45% on top of the, so he's got 100 and something. Yeah, he's still pretty fast. I don't even know if he had boots before. He looked slower than he was.
He had brown boots like all game. He didn't go phase or anything. Save the money.
He's going for a Hex. It's going to be nice with the cooldown reduction as well.
Oh, he has 19 kills. I just realized.
Yeah, 19, 2, and 13.
It's crazy.
I'm actually so impressed with this axe. I was like, I feel as though I was a little bit middling on it, but it gets so crazy once you get the invis and once you get those last two talents.
Yep.
And you get to this stage of the game. Yeah, he's still going at 606 with
no boots.
With no boots.
I mean, it's still a really good Ags even without the invis though. I feel like it's just a good Ags. Raw HP on the hero is great. You already do enough damage. It's just like one damage item.
Yep.
And
all right.
It's perma.
He's bought the Hex. Buyback status. Troll, Wind Ranger, Tide, Rubik. Does Tide? No, Tide didn't even go for the refresher. 1, 2, 3 bought an Ethereal Blade. They just want more tools to save and kite against the Troll Lord. I suppose, in fairness, it is only the Troll killing people at this point. I don't really feel like the Ember is actually chasing anybody down. He's contributing. He's spamming Slight and doing his thing, but the bulk of the killing power is coming from the Troll Warlord. So I guess anything that you can do to itemize against him. All right, they've got a big swarm of skeletons. So I don't know. That's one other way to get this Rax. Is like put skeletons in the neighborhood and then force a fight. Oh, lift under the Troll Warlord, but once again, Omni is always there with the Heavenly Grace, but they've got the Hex this time around from XM. He is actually going to try and focus onto the Troll, but the double Force Staff, even more Force Staffs, just getting him back inside of the base.
All right, guys, back up and farm now. Play it safe.
We need buybacks. Is everyone 25 yet? Shaman's still 24. Just Grimstroke and Shaman.
We need another choices.
Oh, wait.
Oh, they're back in.
They're going for it. They're going for the Grimstroke. A little bit of lag. Grim. Okay. Can't get any spells off. Wasn't close to the Wraith King. He's dead for 90 seconds. James blink into the trees and TP out. He's got the Heavenly Grace stolen. Nullifier for the Troll Warlord in preference over the Abyssal Blade.
Huh. Also, finished the Aeon Disc on Ember Spirit now, too. So he's even harder to kill. Yeah,
much more difficult for the Wind Ranger to bring down. And queuing up a refresher.
Yeah, that's crazy. He just swapped out like a 6,000 gold item to his backpack. He's like, oh, I don't need you anymore.
See ya, buddy. I'll bring you back once my BKB's on cooldown. See you then.
There's more to pay attention to every fight.
Well, he's not doing a whole lot when he's in battle trance. So
he can do his axes.
He can toggle and throw axes, yes. That he can. Tidehunter getting jumped on. They're going to go for the Omni Knight. Can they focus this man down? He's being hacked. XM wants him dead, and he's beyond godlike. Looking for a little bit more. Firefly on the backlines. He force staffs away. Sirius. We've seen this story before. They're just split, and they lose the two supports. Neither of them has buyback. 1, 2, 3. Still holding onto the Ravage. He's trying to kite them around. ASD wants him dead. Wants to keep him away from the fight. Wraith King. Two-man shackle. Wraith King just standing here. The Satanic getting wasted by the lift. Now the Hex, this item from XM is looking like it might just be a bit too much. Wraith King loses his first life, but the Battle Trance about to wear out, and Eve puts him in the ground with one last swing. Sylar does have a buyback, and Tide did finally get chased down by ASD on the other side of the fight.
Windmanager just disables on that fight, basically. Like the
Two-man shackle.
The double shackle is massive with the Hex follow-up, and it bought Wraith King enough time to just swing until he actually got crits and got kills.
3.8 second stun on a 7-second cooldown. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
I mean, you got to land it, of course. There's still some skill involved, but.
Or you could just look at it as like a 0.75 second stun. If you're into
yeah, that's true.
Which isn't good enough.
Oh, Glyph already forced. All right, still no supports. Troll not that scary without the Heavenly Grace. They know that they can just chain somebody's done. But that's it. There's your game.
What the heck?
All right, see ya.
Just a blink lift or something?
Wait, why didn't? Okay, I don't know if he was trying. Was he like looking? They're gonna go for it. Hello. All right, they're in your base. They actually do this pretty quickly. They're gonna come back and defend. Tide's got the Ravage. This really should not work, but it's a valiant attempt. Ember's pigged. Injuly is going to get the roar off. That gets stolen. James is going to chase after him in a couple of seconds. Blink over into the trees. Nice juke from Injuly. Did that as he was fogged. But the Wraith King with the Skeleton Horde ends the game, and the GG comes out. Bit of an anticlimactic end.
A little bit.
That last team fight was good, but actually it wasn't even, right? The two supports just died.
Why was Troll dying so fast?
Sirius weren't all together.
It's like every fight finally ended when Troll would just get like burst stunned. It was like consistently, it was always like a Ravage or a Blink Hex into Ravage or something like that. But Omni Shield wasn't on him.
Is that credit to the rest of Sirius? Credit to Sylar for playing well? Like, it did feel like he was playing around his cooldowns quite well, right? BKB at the right times, ult at the right times.
I thought he team fought excellent, absolutely. But it was always like some in-between moments where they
just weren't together.
There would be a chain stun or he would get bursted right away, yeah.
I wonder if they could have, if the Troll hadn't died like that, I wonder if they can actually just like go end. Like if the Troll just hides in the fountain, the Beastmaster's got a creep wave in through bottom. The Ember Beastmaster took the tier 4 really quickly. Like
it was quick.
We could have had a real base race on our hands.
It's still hard though because
they're just gonna TP back and ravage you for sure.
Yeah, and you can pop BKB there, but it's not like you can just sit and hit the buildings for 15 seconds or something unmitigated. Yeah. They might have even had Glyph. I don't remember. Yeah.
Did Ember buy that Deso at like the very end of the game? Were they just desperately trying to?
Yeah.
They were desperately trying to keep themselves in. That was because now they're 1-4 or something. Yeah, so that seems very unlikely that they are. Yeah. Okay. Seems very unlikely that they're going to be making it through, unless we do have this massive tiebreaker scenario. I mean, everybody has at least one loss. So that helps your chances a little bit, but that was a really fun game, actually.
It was, yeah. Cool itemizations, like kind of interesting matchups. It made Troll's ultimate look pretty good. Like
it's interesting to remember how the game started, right? Because CDEC were just rolling them. They crushed the Beastmaster lane. They looked like they were super far ahead. A few mistakes from CDEC in the mid game. They forced that Roche, the Wraith King just dying and dying back to back.
Yeah.
Gave Sirius a window, but at that point we ended up having like a really good game of Dota. So
yeah. Huh.
Anything else to look at for you? It's very topsy-turvy by the graphs. So I do have Dota Plus. Why is the win probability might just be broken?
Yeah, it might just be busted in game or something like
that. They'll probably get around to fixing it.
Damage-wise, Troll did the most damage. Troll did 98k.
The 98k.
And then there's Omni Knight next to him with a 5. Big old 5er.
But he did 6.7k healing. And how do you value that status resistance? Show me the stuns reduced stat.
Or like stun duration. I know they have that on Dota Buff. You can like look at like how many total seconds you've stunned the enemies, but they haven't quite stolen that idea from them yet.
So is the position 5 Omni something that we're going to be seeing more of? To your mind, did it look strong this game?
It felt off this game, maybe because maybe they got out.
It made their lanes suck. Is the one thing, right?
It did definitely. Made their lanes weak. He didn't always have the buff on Troll when Troll got initiated on, which made things hard. That's why they lost some of those fights. But it's really hard to be there at the right time when like 3 CDEC heroes are like smoked and ready to go if they all focus.
I think
but a lot of the other games tonight, it was fantastic. Safe to say.
Yeah, it did look really good. Well, that's it. We're done. Can we show final standings for the day? Is that a thing we can do? Yeah, production. Our production guys are awesome. So we're gonna try and get those stats up. I think there might still be one more round because I think there's a 9th game, but it might already be over.
See how trippy my keyboard is? Did you see it?
Yeah.
The frame rate of the camera.
Yeah. Okay. So
graph for ants.
So what do we got? So I'll put my glasses on. Sirius. So it says 1 and 3, but I think they're now 1 and 4. Is that right? After that loss. Yeah. So they are definitely 1 and 4. We just don't have the graphic completely up to date. CDEC 3 and 1. RNG 3 and 1. Yeah, and then IG are also currently 3 and 1, I believe. So the middle of the pack is still looking pretty close. Lots of teams there. CDC and Royal pulling ahead.
They just play each other all once, right?
Pretty much, yeah. And IG looking pretty good. Gotta say, I was not expecting that necessarily. They were the very first team to come through the Open qualifiers, though. I believe they won the first Open qualifier, or they were one of the top 2 teams from the first Open. So. And any big surprises for you? Do you feel like you have a good handle on this region, or
not at all?
Not really.
There's a lot
good
of
on you for just saying that, right? I think a lot of people are. You got to be willing to admit when you're just not 100% sure.
I mean, this isn't normally my sleep schedule, so
that's true.
Chinese matches don't usually catch them, and I don't know the players as well, so
yeah, I think CDEC like maybe coming in as a little bit unexpected. Like I don't look at these teams and think, oh, these guys are the big names in China, but they did play really well. I liked the draft. It was fairly straightforward. Mid game that needed a little bit of work. I think there are a lot of teams, and there are a lot of teams at TI that would definitely not make those mid game mistakes, but
they definitely made some. Yeah, it was just really hard for them to fight around Troll. Troll looked really effective that game.
It's interesting, like the Troll and the PA that we saw today both looked.
Yeah,
they both looked really strong.
Like the super hard carries actually look semi-viable, but every time it was with the Omni.
Yeah, the Satanic plus Heavenly Grace just enables these heroes that would otherwise get to a 5-second BKB and their game would end.
That's true.
It feels like.
It's a really good point, yeah.
So.
Or you'd get stunned once and the enemy team would be like, oh, finally an open.
Yeah.
Now we can kill him. Yeah. Makes it a lot easier to go high ground, too.
Okay. Well, that's going to wrap it up for China, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. We had a lot of fun. We're going to be back tomorrow. Nahaz will be joining us, so we'll have the full 4-man for the remainder of the groups. I believe EU coverage is getting started. I don't know if it's already underway. Hopefully. So we're going to head to a break, and then I think we'll be coming back with EU. So enjoy, guys. Catch you around.